Yo, what's up, everybody? I am a genius. What did you do? Only for genius. How did you do it? Tell me. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? So we still got this new GD update we're dealing with. We got no mods, no Megahack, no Geode. It's gone. Not even mobile players to have the update yet. So it's a bit of a darkish time in the community, but we're trying to make the most of it. What's up, Husky, Vino Granda, Zaka? Got Name Kid. We got TJ Downchurch. It's his birthday today. Say happy birthday. Hot Wheel 1939. That is when Hot Wheels was founded as a company. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Geode is gone for now, but it'll be back. Don't you worry. I correctly predicted the time and date of your next stream. Crazy. Did you actually predict like 2:27 p.m.? Or just like mid-afternoon? I can't without Geode. Well, I get it. I kind of get it. There's not a whole lot of people who just enjoy this game vanilla anymore. Like, even a lot of mobile players are on Geode. The stream sucks. 10 out of 10 would watch again. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's freaking go. My glasses are all, like, gunky. I don't know how it happens. Something that sucks about having really long eyelashes is when your eyes tear up for any reason, it like drenches all of your eyelashes in tons of tears. So when you blink, you just sling little droplets of tear all over your glasses and you can't see. It's awful. What's not awful is Duck Kate Picks with the rated membership. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to the rated membership tier. You get access to exclusive emojis like the balls emoji and the true emoji. Wait, my balls emoji is invisible. What happened? I don't see it. Okay, there we go. What? The Phantom Balls! Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Balls. Okay, we're gonna get started here. I think there is... There are some new features in the editor, I'm pretty sure, for the new update. I don't know exactly what they are. I saw something about a trace feature. I assume that's something to do with a trigger, but yeah, I don't know. Since this is trying really hard to be a 1.9 level, I don't think I'll be even like dabbling in that. But some other day we'll take a look. What's up, Sale? How you doing? Invisible balls. So we're hopefully gonna wrap up this wave today. We have most of the structures made. We got to do a little something here. I'm not quite sure what to make there yet. I think I'll just make a normal pillar for whatever this deco is going to look like, and then I'll just like chop a 4x4 in half. Something like that. This structure's weird. That's going to take a little bit of tinkering. I did build some off stream. I just had nothing else to do. So we have gotten a little bit closer. I made this weird structure and this weird structure, and I think they look okay. They don't look like perfect or awesome, but I don't know. I think they look all right. Do you have any tips for level making? It depends on what kind of level you want to make. What kind of level are you trying to make? Shimmered Roblox. I have to go to therapy if you're live after all. Check in. Okay. Well, I hope that goes well, and it was good to see you. So we're gonna probably start. We'll start by playing the level in practice and kind of showcasing everything so far. First, I'm moving this down finally because this part is impossible as is. I just was too lazy to remember to fix that. Okay, we should be good to go. Did some mining off camera. See, that's what you say when you cheat. I literally was just doing work. Literally just working. I quite Roblox. Boring. Couldn't agree more. No. This is some of the most fun gameplay I've made, I think. Oh. I should probably put something in there to kind of make it look obvious where the hitboxes are. I think that one maybe still has hitboxes that need to be removed. Oh, I don't have no clip, dude. Oh, I can't just like no clip through any mistakes that I left in the level. Oh man. Where did chat go? That's a good question. Where did chat go? Chat? That's weird. What happened to my chat box? Where did it go? Why is it invisible? That's so weird. You caught a cold? If you're talking to me, no, I'm healthy. That's so weird. I don't know why chat is missing. Let me see what I can do to get that working again. That is so weird. I changed nothing about chat. Oh wait, there it is. Wait, is it there for you guys too? Okay, there you go. What the okay, well, sure. I literally was trying to sign into Streamlabs to get it back, and it just came back while I was like typing Streamlabs in and like trying to get to my account. I didn't even do anything. The chat was just threatened by me about to do something. It's like, no, please, don't sign into Streamlabs, anything but that. Woo weighing wamu we wash. So true. Enable ignore damage and you can no clip past your mistakes. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not ignoring. I'm not very good at this. Maybe it doesn't work for practice or something. I don't know. I'll play the rest in the editor. How about that? Okay, this is the part that I have yet to remove the hitboxes of. We'll get to that in a minute. What can we do here? Start position. Wherefore art thou? Okay. This is 2 times speed, right? No? No, 3 times speed. I'm stupid. Oh my goodness. I hate the freaking start position UI. It's so bad, dude. It legit worked for me today. Interesting. Were you in practice mode? Yeah, okay, that works. I don't know where my trail went. What difficulty would this be? An insane demon-ish is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, something that's really frustrating about not having geode is my editor trail is gone. Like, I just don't have an editor trail anymore. I don't know where it went. I don't know what setting I can use to get that back. Somewhere in here, maybe? No. Yeah, I need... I need my editor trail, man. I don't know why it's off. Should be a default thing. That's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't even know that was at risk of being lost. I didn't know, like... Oh, man. That just sucks, you know? I need my editor trail. I didn't know that was something I could lose. Is that something in a setting? Oh, what was that last setting? I didn't even see that. No. What editor trail? You know, like the green line that follows your guy, and when you're a duel, there's a turquoise line. There's nothing. I can't see where I've been. That's like, I need that, because when you play in practice, or like play in the editor, and you press enter to end it, you get to see the line. You get to see the path you just took to get there. I need that. You have hide path on, bro? See, what is that? What is that? My editor trail was present. Yeah, what is hide path? I didn't have that on before. That's so weird. Oh, it's so janky. I think I had a mod that made it look nicer, but I didn't have hide path on. That's so weird. I just literally didn't do that. But whatever. Husky with the 5. Thank you so much, man. Hope the level building goes well today. I had to downgrade my GD, install the 2.207 because I couldn't live without Star Plus Switcher. Yeah. I don't think I'm quite ready to go through that trouble. I think I'll just try to wait until Geode and Megahack are back. It does make making content for GD harder, though. Oh, smooth editor trail? Where's that? I feel like smooth editor trail should be a default thing. Who wants the non-smooth editor trail, right? Oh my goodness, dog. But thank you for the 5, man. Hope you have a good day, and hope you hope you're able to continue your extreme demon grinding unhalted. Smooth editor trail. I think that maybe was just the name of the mod. I don't think that's a thing. That's an option too, but where? Where is it? Should it not be in the editor? Gosh, man, there should be like a search feature for people like me. That's just the name of the mod. See, but someone said it was a default feature to have the smooth trail. Gosh. The level of confusion we have reached after being live for 12 minutes. It's a little bit sad. Is there nothing? Who would want hide path, dude? Who? Like, that literally just makes everything about playtesting harder. But whatever. Okay, we're gonna start the building process, which means Sonic music is happening. So say hello to Sonic. Okay, so our first job we're gonna try today is to translate this kind of structuring to a 2x2, like this. This is the structure we'll be making today. I need to make room for that, though. Okay, that will be good enough. Yeah, I think I'm mostly just going to start from scratch here. Oh man, that's a lot of messages that just got timed out. I hate it when I click on view deleted message, it like opens the right click menu. Like, hey, do you want to view this person's channel or like their chat history? Like, no, I just want to see what the message is. Stop giving me pop-ups. Yeah, that's a lot of hi, guys. I would hi. Okay, done. We don't need to say that anymore. All done. What was the thought process behind your block design? I basically just threw together a bunch of objects I thought were cool. Like, these objects are always really cool. I really like the detail that they bring with such a minimal object count. These objects are obviously a staple of 9 Circles decoration. I had to use them. I like these a lot. These are literally just the kind of prism-looking slopes. Like the X-step slopes, or whatever you want to call them. I think that's a pretty nice, detailed foundation for things. And as for the colors, I think these colors are just normal 1, 2, or 1, 3, and 4, right? Yeah. And then I just put a little bit of glow on the edge, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like there's really much here. It looks kind of crazy, but there's really not a whole lot going on once you kind of break it down by layer. I don't really have a thought process, I guess would be a good answer. I don't have a thought process behind my block design. I just kind of throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Unfortunately. So that's good, but I want a smaller one inside. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So after that, I don't know how to... Because there's so many objects to this block design. I don't know how to, like... How do I translate that many layers into such a small structure? We can do that, but the line has to be on a higher layer. There's that. And then we have so much color to convey with such a small space. How do we do that? Okay, I'm probably going to have to use these slopes, because there's just not a lot of room to work with. Okay, so maybe we start with 2 of these. This can be 1. This can be 3. What if we, like, do something like that? See, that looks pretty good. Okay. Maybe this can be 4, and then I'll make a bigger one that's 3. The bigger one, since we don't have scale, will literally just need to be like... I can maybe do that. Yeah, that represents all the colors. They're all there. Wait, hold on. These are the same color, though. That's not good. Give me. Yeah, okay. Okay. Wait, are they still the same freaking color? What is happening? Wait, why is that copied? There's not supposed to be 2 of these. What? Oh my goodness, I'm already schizophrenic and we're just starting the stream. I'm gonna lose my streaming license. Yeah, why are they copied? I don't remember doing that. I maybe copied like a double stack just by nature. I guess if that's the case, I'll keep it. Yeah, okay, they are different colors, but they don't look different enough. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. How does that fit in here? Does that look pretty okay? Yeah, I think once we add the colored glow, that'll look fine. It doesn't look like a very, like, vibrant chunk of the deco that's actually very colorful, but that's okay, because we can take this. Hopefully that's a decent size. That's a little short. Just a little bit short. How can we make that a little longer? Let's try that. That looks pretty good. Let's try that. Yeah, I think I'm pleased with that. We're not quite done. We still have a couple things to add, like the dark glow to accent the little prism blocks. So this is... That's not going to work. Do we have... What's going on here? I think we just have to make our own. That's fine. I was kind of liking doing this, where we make like little chunks of glow, and then we kind of string them together, and we link each one. So there's 1, 2, maybe 3, and each of these is linked like individually. So we do that. Put it on editor L7. Oh, it's a little bit too big. See, if it's too big, we could try to scrunch them together a little bit, or just do 2. Let's try 2. That might work. I think that'll do. Okay. So then we just make a little diamond out of it. Oh my goodness. You're muted or you just haven't been talking. Awesome. Man, I don't know what it is with people trying to gaslight me into thinking that I'm muted. It's so funny. Where's Gemma? I think Gemma's in kind of like a lurking mode as of late. Liar, Mr. Clickbait. True. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, you can go away. Do we need anything else? We have 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4, but that's like a different line. Yeah, okay. I'll replace the lines with those. So you go away, and then you come here. Get over here. Why? Why? I moved you down 2 blocks and you went 2.5. Like, how does that happen? That looks pretty good. I like that. Okay. Hitboxes are all normal. We can now copy this and start placing it wherever it belongs, which I think is just in this part. Oh, that slope is missing there. That's not supposed to happen. Don't worry. we'll get him back. Why do people keep getting ads in my streams? What the heck? I keep turning ads off. How did they turn back on? What the hell? I literally turned them off last stream. That's crazy. Well, sorry about the ad. There should be 0 ads going forward. I have turned it off twice in the past 24 hours. That's crazy that they can just, like, turn it on by remote. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I think I should play some Sonic on the channel sometime. Yeah, this year we got a few games I'd like to play, a few non-GD games. I want to play Rayman Origins and Legends again. Those streams are super fun. I want to bring them back. And I would like to play Sonic Mania as well. That game looks pretty cool. Okay, so we have a few unique structures to make today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one should be pretty easy, but we'll call that 6. If we can make all 6 of those structures today and be done entirely with this wave, I think that would be awesome. Like, that would be literally all the block design for the wave is done. And that would be huge. That would be huge. Okay, move him over there. We don't need him right now. This big boy, we won't need him again, but I don't really want to delete him. Yeah, we'll just stick him in the stratosphere. I don't know how people can make levels and not have to resort to sticking things in the stratosphere. Like, I don't get it. Okay, that should be a decent sized canvas for us to create our genius. Hello, I just joined. What's up, Brunsky VR? Maybe it's Brunskiver. How you doing? Dude, isn't Brunsgiving one of those, like, American holidays or something? I do plan to bring Peggle back this year. I think it'd be really fun to do a Peggle video again. Just making Peggle content is not an easy process when it comes to, like, getting OBS to get along with everything. But yeah, I would like to revive it. There are very few games worth reviving. Is it true that you refused to make a video about Sly 4? Why is this? Oh, man. Well, if you watch my Sly 3 video in its entirety, you should have a pretty decent idea as to how I feel about Sly 4. I may make a video on Sly 4 someday, because it's so bad. I need everyone to know how bad it is. Like, as a standalone game, it's fine. But considering that they took the characters from Sly 1, 2, and 3, and then kind of ruined everything about their character arcs, it makes me mad. It makes me mad that they got away with making that game so bad. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that right now. Can bro even see my messages? The last thing you asked was rate my icons in GD, which I'm doing something else right now, so I didn't want to read that. So yes, I can read your messages. I just don't like them. Send better messages. No, it's cool. Sometimes I end streams by rating people's icons, but that will have to be later. So if we can take this and merge it with something of the same size, but 4x4. Oh gosh, that's gonna be so annoying. Okay, where is my 4x4? I know I have one. Is that it? That looks like a 5x5. Wait, do I have a 4x4? Yeah, there it is. There's a 4x4. So where's your brother? There we go. What are you doing up here? Okay, this is weird. I'm not quite sure how to make these get along. Like, yeah, they're the same size. It's the same measurement, but, like, the design is completely different. So we're going to have to get rid of that. Oh, why are these merged? No. Okay, we'll have to think of something else for that. Okay, so how does it look if we just make them kiss? Could be worse. It could be worse, but needs some work. Okay, okay, I think this can probably work. Give me this, give me this, give me this. Yeah, okay, okay. So we need that to do that. That's weird, that's weird. I think I may have to do some of this. Is that gonna look, like, awful, though? A little too early to say, but that actually doesn't look too bad. If I do fill in those small little nuggets with some of this, is that gonna look bad? That kind of looks okay. Put it in place. That, yeah, that looks shockingly okay. Okay, alright, I think I'm okay with that. This looks like a weird size line that we'll need. We'll need it to go from there to the center. We can maybe do that by doing this. Yeah, that looks about like the right size. Okay, so what layers is going to need to be? Dude, paste state and paste color are super useful. I just wish you could undo that stuff. There's certain things in GD you just can't undo, and it makes me sad. Okay, so that needs to be from here to the center. So is that gonna work? Is that where it needs to be? Oh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. Yeah, that'll work. No, it's a little short, actually. No, that sucks. Oh, man. I don't have any other options, really. Maybe I could just use one of these and stick it behind? No, because you can see through. You can see through, so that's not gonna work. So this wouldn't work. We can't just rotate this one, right? Yeah, that's still too short. Oh gosh, this is when you need the scale. You need scale to make this work, man. What do we do? What do we do? We can probably copy these and just paste those like so. And that looks fine. Man, I didn't think we'd encounter a roadblock this soon. Oh, those are real lines. I can't even rotate them. Okay. My bad, as you were. Oh, those are two slopes. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I thought that was a block. Okay. That is so weird. What was happening before? Oh, okay. Oh, this is so weird. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I could just copy and paste it and move it. Yeah, because they don't have glow. Excellent. Good thinking. So maybe something like this. That looks to be about perfect. Good thinking. Good thinking. This is why we need thinking brains. Nope, not quite. Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a little nugget. 5 and a nugget. How's that? That's too short. Okay. Alright. Can I just fudge it? Can I fudge it? Yeah, I think I can move these a little closer. Yeah, okay, I can barely make them kiss. Gosh, that was hard. Oh no, because it's blending when they fade out, you can see the overlap. That's kind of ugly. That's kind of ugly. I don't like it. Yeah, that's frustrating. What do I do about that? What do I do? Okay, I have an idea. We could maybe try to shrink this whole arrangement. No, that's just gonna make more lines that aren't gonna fit places. Okay, what if... See, that's hidden right there. Gosh. That's honestly not... No, it is bad. It is bad. So, okay, what if I paste the state in color, though? That's probably the best case scenario so far. Copy and paste it a bunch, then. This is probably the best scenario so far. Hold on, can I make this? A higher layer than the line? Okay, okay. Stand by. We may have some kind of solution here. Hey, that's not bad. Look at that. Okay. I finally found something that'll work. That looks pretty good, I think. Okay, there's a little bit of overlap back here, but with all the flashing going on, like, no one's ever gonna know. Okay, so now... we have to try to awkwardly fit some colored blocks in this very dark structure here, which means I'll probably just have to copy and paste them to make them shine. Oh, that is so ridiculous. Okay, can't put them on T2. T1 is a little better. Okay, interesting. There's gonna be a few little nuggets poking through here and there. Oh, that's not good, is it? Get named blending. I should probably try to make this a little thicker, right? How would one do that and make it look good? Man, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. It is just like constant little roadblock after roadblock. So if we do move these fellas in, and then maybe fill that gap with something else, we wouldn't have to use those lines anymore. Okay. I think that looks adequate. So we're gonna have to move those lines. Let's see. Don't go away just yet. I'm not completely confident in my plan right now. Okay, that's really close. That's really close. So if we take these... Okay, I think that's probably the best we're gonna get. Copy and paste this up here, and then we probably would need like 1x1 slope lines. That might be a little too long. Oh no, that might be about perfect. Oh, that's pretty close. I just gotten it pretty close. Oh man, okay, so Which one is longer between this? Rotate that 45 degrees and this. Oh my gosh. Stop, dude. That's almost the same, but that is a little shorter. Okay. Could we maybe? Is that H-box? It is, yes. A good eye. You have a good eye for H-box. You'd know that cake anywhere. Gosh damn it, that's a real line. I can't rotate it because it has a hitbox. Okay, maybe I can make this work. I could just rotate them in a little bit extra. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll freaking take it, man. Wait, why is that so, like, off-centered, though? Where did I go wrong here? Where did it go off-center? See, that's fine. So what's off-center here? Oh, this one's way too low. What the heck? That looks about good. Okay. I think we're maybe finally at a place where we can start making stuff again. Okay. Oh no, this is weird. Okay, damn it. Not quite done yet. Okay, so this needs to go away. We need something that will be perfectly sized for that. So let's try, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. Ooh, a little half nugget should make that perfect. Yeah, still no espresso rate because Robtop hates me. No, I just think he either hasn't seen it or he hates me. Or maybe it's just, I don't know, not rate worthy. That's entirely possible as well. That's a little bit too much. Gosh damn it. Okay. Alternatively, these were a little bit longer. We could do 3 of these. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's way too long. Gosh damn it. 2 of these would be too much. 3 of these isn't enough, but plus this little guy, it's too much. Is that... What if I do that? No, it is ever so slightly too long. I can't make that look good. Gosh damn it. I don't know how people make entire rated levels on grid. Like, that seems so restrictive. Why does the snap function work beautifully, but for you to take like 20 tries to align my shit correctly? Oh, you work beautifully for you, but take like 20 tries. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It works about half the time for me. Probably isn't rated because of the Nong, but we have a Newgrounds version that still syncs. That's not a valid reason to not rate something. If that's really his reason for not rating it, that's dumb. Okay, what if I did 2 of these? This is pretty fucky-wucky. What if I do 2 of those and merge it with one of these? That looks so weird. And then rotate the whole thing. That honestly doesn't look too bad. That is kind of more seamless than I thought it would be. That is way too long. Okay, so what if... Hold on now. We're getting somewhere. Use one of these guys. This is so ass, dude. This is so ass. Having to resort to methods like these just to make your level look kind of okay. We're really close. We are really close. I think this is it. Alright, you know what? I'm going to split the difference here. Take this, move it up to about there, and then take these and move them in. Can we take all this and move it up like so? Oh, it's so annoying. It's like, there's always a compromise that has to be made to make this look okay. Ah, that's good enough. That's good enough. I split all the differences. Were those shorter 3D lines in 1.9? I believe so. I think all of this stuff was available in 1.9. Every object you see here. Well, I guess not every object, because there's like these rocks. Yeah, okay. Maybe there was... Yeah, up to this object, I think, is where the 1.9 stuff is. Clam Howder will never structure. Hi, I just joined. What is happening? We are building block design. Crazy stuff. Okay, I think we're finally ready to add colors here. Now, adding colors here in a way that looks good is going to be hard, because this stuff is way darker than the stuff on the other side, so I'll probably just have to copy and paste whatever's here just to make it a little brighter. Okay. Try that. That seems like an acceptable amount of yellow. Okay, next color would be this one. That's so dark. And what if I ended it with some of this? No, that's entirely too thick. Okay. Wait, that's 4? Wait. Don't do that. Be 3. Okay, let's just look at the colored blocks kind of pulsing and doing their thing. That looks pretty okay. I think that looks about as good as we're gonna get. Yeah, okay, now we just have to make everything way brighter. How is that? It, like, doesn't even show up behind the blocks, dude. Oh, man. This is the hardest structure I've ever had to make. That is not a joke. Not just for this level, for any level, this is the hardest one. Okay. Is it just one of each? Yeah, it's one of each, so let's try that. What if we put everything above, I don't know, like T2 or something? See, that shows, but it needs to be behind this stuff. So what if we instead covered it up with some of this? We need our own like layer for this. This weird experiment. Let's try layer 8, I guess. What do you think was the best update for gameplay? Besides 1.0, I should say. I don't think I would have said that. Just because that's kind of an annoying answer, like, well, if you think about it, technically speaking, like, that's tough, though, because I always thought 2.1 was a really good gameplay update. Like, there was a lot there. And then 2.0 did a lot of controversial things, but in terms of a lot of triggers and, like, consistency, I think there were a lot of strides made in 2.2. 2.2 might be my answer. That maybe is a little bit of bias, just because I feel like I've made the best gameplay I've ever made in this update. That looks pretty good. It's not like seamless. I don't know if we're gonna get anything better though. Oh, honestly, hold on. No, I don't think it's gonna work. Okay. Goodness, how much did I move you? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Now we gotta try to make the little glow cap here. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Can we just do... What if we tried that? That's color 1, right? Nope, color 4. I don't know, whatever this color is. Can I do that and have it look good? Honestly, that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not too shabby. That's looking like a structure now a little bit. Okay, all this stuff can go. I don't need any of that anymore. Actually, I may want to... Do I have something else selected? No, I don't. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why the color didn't show up. It's the same color. I do like that extra bit of Orpal. Yeah, 2.1 did introduce a lot of really fun orbs and stuff, but 2.2 and 2.1 are on a similar level for me in terms of what they did for gameplay. I really love the options trigger. I think that's one of the best things that's happened to gameplay. The gravity trigger is really great. All the camera stuff is really useful for kind of like weird dual bug fixes, but I don't really like using it beyond that. 2.2 also added my least favorite game mode, but that's okay. This stuff is pretty cool. I don't really know how to use this. Actually, maybe I did figure this out once. I want to say I used it in like one level and then never again. That's true, and 2.1 introduced toggle orbs. Yeah, I would say in terms of how big of a leap gameplay took in terms of quality, 2.1 would be the best update. I think gameplay got so much better from 2.0 to 2.1, at least gameplay potential. But from 2.1 to 2.2, it didn't get it didn't get better in as many ways, if that makes sense. Yeah, that would be my answer, I think. 2.1 by a hair, but 2.2 is also really cool. Okay. I think I'm mostly happy with that, but I do want to add a little more dark glow. So, ooh, maybe we can just do that, and then do that. Oh, that's looking good. And then this stuff can just be kind of shifted this way a little bit. That looks pretty good. I think that's as good as we're getting. Man, that was such a bitch of a structure, dude. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was really, really difficult. Okay, double check in just to make sure no hitboxes are poking through. Pretty close. Pretty close, but I think we're good. That's crazy. GG, Outer, thank you. Thank you. My gosh, that was so difficult. Oh, and like, I really like the warp trigger as well. That's one of the best things that 2.2 did. That's not really in relation to gameplay. I guess you could use warp for gameplay in some ways, but I would say it's not necessary. I've never made gameplay like, oh man, this would work if it was warped. Like, no. I generally try not to do any warping of things that you actually platform on. Oh my goodness. Yes. 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 Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm done. No, I'm not done, actually. I lied. Looks like that needs to come up a little bit. There we go. Now I'm done. Taking hopefully a break with this guy. Let's do that guy. I need a break. Ugh. Gosh damn it. Congrats. Do it again. I don't want to. Opinion on click between... I don't know what CBM is supposed to be. I think it's either click between steps or frames. I don't know when M showed up. Who invited you? No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I was always kind of skeptical about using CBF back when it was just a mod, because like it was pretty controversially acceptable as a feature. Controversially legitimate, I should say. Man, now that it's vanilla, I think that's just a good thing for the game. I think this will allow difficulty to grow and blossom in more ways. So how do I make this look good, right? I can maybe just use 1x1 slopes. I think I'll just do that. After last structure, I do not want to complicate this very much. That'll come back to bite me almost every time. Like, that looks pretty good. That looks fine. So layer 1 is done. Probably should do this one. Did my music just die? Video paused. Continue watching? Yes! Yes! It's Kiba is fuming right now. Who is that? Who dat? Man, I'm gonna have to do saw deco as well. I don't know how to decorate saws. Like in 1.9, no one really cared too much about saw decoration. They all look pretty much the same. Kind of the same stuff. And I think it looks good. I have no problem with like 1.9 saw deco, but I'm gonna try to do something a little interesting. Oh, it's Kiba made nullscapes and the whole CBF detected loser thing. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Do you stream on Twitch? I do not. I do not like Twitch. I think it's gross. I do not like the company. I would rather not work for them. Or work with them, or however it's gonna work. But YouTube is gross in fewer ways than Twitch, so that's nice. I do not like Kiba. I thought you admired shardscapes and nullscapes. Is that just like in terms of robot gameplay, or? Okay. Let's try 7 next. So this should be pretty easy. I think this is literally just making like this kind of structure, just a very like normal square. We need it to be a little longer though. I do not know the difference between CBF and CBS. My best guess is that GD doesn't operate on a super strict like frame system. It's something like I think step would be some kind of unspecified in-game unit of distance, and that's what the CBF thing uses instead. What? Who are you? Know your place. How's this? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We make this 2. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. Oh, I see. That's seriously the only stuff that you like. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, it's my issue with Mindcap, but much worse. I see. Oh, CBM has Matthew. Click between Matthew. I'm so tired of having to click, like, on top of Matthew or behind Matthew. It's so annoying. Just let me click between. Does CBS steps on Matthew? Why would it do that? Matthew was really small and he didn't see him. He didn't know. It was an accident. Okay, number 2. Gosh. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Gotta make this look normal. Oh, normal style. Oh, normal style. Well, actually, we should probably do 4 first. Yeah, we should do this. Oh no. Oh, what have I done? This is such a weird and specific little measurement right here. Oh no. How do we... Okay, hold on. This should be pretty fixable. This should be pretty fixable. We've got to have a solution for this. So I want that to go about here. So we need something to bridge that gap. What if we just did a little bit of and then a little happy boy. Oh, so easy. So effortless. Easy breezy beautiful. Dude, compared to the freaking turmoil of the last one. Gosh damn it, I selected something else and then pasted the color on that. Ugh. Oh, it was the same color though, that's good. What's his Twitch? Are you referring to my Twitch? The one I said I just said that I don't have? I mean, I do have a Twitch, I just don't stream on it. I think it's just Howdy TV is what it's called. I streamed there once because I thought maybe the lag I had been having at the time was because of YouTube, but no, I think that was just because of inconsistent internet provider. Yeah, that's gonna be so weird. I don't know how to make that look good. This is maybe a little too far in that direction. Isn't that direction that one boy band? A wild kite. Did you just announce your own arrival? Okay. It's looking great so far. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, Attempts? How you doing? I want the blocks to be easier to work with than they are. Like, I want to be able to make this look good. But if I do that, it's like, okay, that's easy. And then just fill in the little weird gaps with the other thing. I wish it was that easy. Like, because that looks like a good start to some block design, right? Okay. I have an idea. We do use these where I feel they are intended to be used, which is right there and there. Excuse me. How did you get so ever so slightly off grid? Like, how did that happen? All right, whatever. And then for these two, we actually use, where is it? We use this guy. Let's see if that works. There's a really high-pitched ring in this song. I'm not a huge fan. That looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to get much better. Yeah, not ideal, but I think that's as good as it's getting. Because the alternative would be... Okay, hold on. Take these over here. The alternative would be... How did I select two things? Dog! The dog. The alternative would be that, which I think can also work, actually. If we put it the wrong way, I think that looks okay. Yeah, that actually gives the inside a little bit more of a point. Interesting. Okay. I don't mind that. It looks a little bit silly, but in passing it looks good, which is kind of mainly what's going to be happening in this level. So, cool. Like a tired fire alarm, true. Anybody know Matthew's Twitch? I do not, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, okay, here's what I think I'm gonna do. Can I just fill this center in with more of these blocks? I think that looked pretty good. And then we need a couple, like, normal blocks. Blocks normal style. Looks a little strange, but I think that should do it. We don't need quite this many. Okay, now we can add the color. Come here, you guys. Wait, actually, do I want to copy from a different one? Probably this one. Scooch your booch. Dude, that's a crazy reference. I don't even know if that's referencing, like, any howdy content. I just know that I've talked about Scooch Your Booch before and how funny I find it. Isn't this the Supersonic theme from Sonic 3? It is. Yeah, I don't like this one so much. Isn't it just like a sped up version of the menu theme? I don't think that's very fitting. He should have his own thing going on. You know, we could probably just kind of flip this. Yeah, okay. I think that looks pretty good. That is weird, though. How do I make that look good? Oh, no. This is so weird. That looks really good, actually. Because, like, this looks ugly as sin, right? That right there, it's like, what is even going on? What is happening? But that looks pretty good. If we take one more of these and put it there, that's not too bright. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I may even scooch some of these colors up so they have a little bit more time in the spotlight, so to speak. Yeah, that looks really good. You're not going to see most of that, though, is the issue. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe I'll scoot them up a little more. Looks like a hangnail. Dude, hangnails piss me off so much. It's like impossible to focus on anything else. This is getting, like, really messy. I'm kind of losing my place here. That's fine. We'll leave it like that, and then we'll do some more of this color for the glow. That's what we'll do. Okay, that looks shockingly good, actually. Oh, are we actually in 2.2081? My mistake. I really missed out on a big update, didn't I? When will you start your alternating journey? Zoink next content. I don't even know what that means. Like an alternate from Mandela catalog? That's crazy. I want to do that. Okay. Let's just take them from here. They're already the right orientation. Oh, spamming with 2 buttons. I don't see how that's a super huge help to me at my current skill level. Yeah, I've never, like, encountered a level where, like, oh boy, if I'm gonna beat this, I'm gonna need to start my alternating journey. Yeah, okay, this will work. We use one more of these right here. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's a little crammed. Gosh, damn it! I wish glow blocks weren't quite so easy to select as well. That'd be nice. Glow blocks and slopes. They just, I can't catch a break with them. Okay, that looks pretty good. What else do we have to add? I think that's pretty much it. We have layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one too. Okay. I'm getting better at that. It took me a little bit of getting used to, but now I can catch it before it happens and then say anything else. Okay, I don't want this to overlap the other structure though, so it's gonna have to go like there, which should make this slightly, ever so slightly harder to skip, but it shouldn't matter. Okay. Scooch that. Scooch those booches. Okay. The structure is done. I maybe should have copied that one in case I can use certain elements later, but I literally don't think that's possible. Man. I think I'm gonna go now. It's pretty late. Hope the stream goes well. Have a good one. I appreciate you hanging out, Vino Granda. I need tips for making better gameplay. Yeah, so I plan to make a whole video about that. But that'll probably be a pretty big project. It'll take me a while. So until that video comes out, I will give you a little bit of insight, I guess. So most of the advice I'm able to offer when it comes to making gameplay is if you want to make gameplay kind of similar to mine. I definitely specialize in like sync-based song representation kind of gameplay. And if you plan to make similar stuff, then I think you could definitely learn a thing or two from my advice. But if not, you might want to seek advice from someone who knows a little bit more. Oh gosh, this one's going to be hard. Both of these are going to be hard. But a big part of making your level has to come down to the song choice. If you pick a song that's just like, oh yeah, this sounds like something that would be in a GD level, I guess let's do it. Like, no, it's not enough. You've got to feel something for the song. You've got to have, like, a genuine passion and interest for the song. It's got to be a song that gets your blood pumping. It's got to be one that makes you feel something. It doesn't even have to be a song that you like, as long as you, like, listen to it closely and you can feel the gameplay kind of taking shape. That's almost always how my levels start. It starts with me listening to a song, usually with my eyes closed, just imagining the structure and the feel of the gameplay, and basing it around the song. So basically, once you find that song, my approach to gameplay is basically make a playable music video. Treat your gameplay like it's a music video for the song that you can play. You know, you want your level to be like as representative of the song as possible, in my opinion. You want to pay very close attention to everything that's happening in the song. You want to pay attention to the pitch and the instruments and any vocals that are there, the rhythms, the bass. You pay attention to all that and structure your gameplay in a way to complement that. You never want your gameplay to feel like, oh yeah, I'm playing a platformer that has some music in the background. You know, you want the music to feel like part of the experience. Almost like the music is what's creating the level for you to play. That would be my best advice to you. And when it comes to like, oh, but which orbs do I place, and how many of them, and where do I put my blocks? Like, that's a little bit more of a personal choice that's just up to you and your interpretation of the song. I can't really help you a lot with that. But that is the gameplay advice I offer for now. If you have more specific questions, feel free to ask. I might not have awesome insight, but another piece of advice I guess I would have would be if you at any point feel like, oh man, I mean, this gameplay's fine, but it feels a little stale, a little boring, like I've seen it plenty of times before. Don't worry, you can just do what I do, which is if you feel like your gameplay is boring at any point, try to find a more creative way to get there. if that makes sense. So, I don't know, say you've got an arrangement of jump off of block onto a green orb, and then another green orb. Like, this is the arrangement. You jump, go boing, boing, and then you're done. And then maybe onto another block. Like, this is a fine arrangement, right? This is okay. It's just a little simple. You can try to find more interesting ways to do that. Like, if the song really syncs with ba, 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 like, that's cool. You don't have to, like, remove this if you feel like it's boring. You can just try to find more interesting ways to get there. Like, one of the methods I use to replace a green orb is, like, sometimes I'll do a black orb instead. Do a black orb into one of these. So now you go ba, 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 ba. You know, it's the same motion. It's just a little bit more interesting. Or you could do this into a blue orb and then a little block right here. So you go jump, down, switch gravity again, jump, jump. You know, like, that's kind of interesting. I'm not saying that's better than 2 green orbs, but if you feel like your gameplay's boring, just try to think of different ways to do the same, like, motions and movements. Oh, I like the movements of where I'm going, but it feels boring. Just try to do stuff like that. That's my best guess as to how you can help that problem. Oh, this is pretty close. It's pretty close. I think that's gonna do it. I think that'll be good. Oh, no, it's not. It's not good enough. Damn it. It's so close. I plan on making a video building this level. That would be interesting if I, like, at least made a video where I kind of talk about the level and I go through it and my thought process and what my goal was and little speed bumps I ran into. That would be kind of interesting. Oh, this is hard, though. This is really hard. Okay, maybe this would be perfect. Ooh, that looks much better. Much more promising. It's not, like, awesome. How to have better level cohesion, because some levels I fluctuate gameplay styles and I don't know how to keep the same style. That is an interesting issue to have, I suppose. I don't know, I feel like that kind of comes down to your relationship with the song again, you know? Like, a lot of levels I've made, like, recently, I listen to the song and I have a pretty complete vision of what I want the gameplay to look and feel like from start to finish. I don't make it up as I go along, you know? A lot of my more recent levels, I listen to a song, I'm like, that's awesome, I want to do that. And I kind of have a lot of ideas right out of the gate. And I get that maybe not everybody feels that way, or maybe you need a very specific kind of song to feel that way. But if you can reach that point with your song, where you can imagine more than just a little bit, or just a little bit at the drop, or at the beginning, if you can try to have a more complete vision of what you want the gameplay to feel like before you actually finish the gameplay, like, you don't want to try to make it up as you go. You know, try to put a little more thought into each transition and each new game mode. Think about, how do I want this to feel? How do I want it to play? What kind of CPS do I want? What kind of speed do I want? You just suck at executing the gameplay you want to make. I get that. And part of that's, like, I would say not even your fault, just because GD has some pretty janky tools that you end up using to kind of achieve certain styles of gameplay, I guess. A lot of the time I'll try to make a cool looking gimmick and kind of fail just because I wasn't able to use the tools GD has given me in effective ways. But any tips for me to decorate with glow? Decoration tips is kind of when I stop being helpful. Because, like, I don't know, I don't think my deco's, like, bad, but it's not really good. I'm very inexperienced when it comes to deco. There's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot I haven't learned yet. Is that okay if there's a little crisscross happening? That seems alright. I'll do that. I've learned you should not overdo it with glow. Like, you could argue that this is overdoing it. But if you actually look at the glow objects happening, there's a little bit on the edges, but most of it is hidden behind the blocks. It's just to achieve that kind of like, that outline with a little bit of fading on the blocks. And then I use a little bit of dark glow. Just to help, like, add some depth, I guess. So dark glow is really useful for depth, but you don't want to overdo it. And as for colored glow, I guess my best advice would be to just try to pick out colors that look good with whatever kind of block design you're trying to make. Because if you've got pretty colors picked out, you can kind of arrange glow in any number of ways and still have it look pretty good. This is a little tricky. I don't want to mess around with this too much. I don't want to be too picky with how it looks. Just make it. I'll probably need 3 for that, though. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Experimenting with different objects is also a good idea. Now, I'm doing a 1.9 level, so that doesn't give me a whole lot of objects to experiment with. And earlier in the level for the, like, non-wave block design, I did a bunch more experimenting with random objects to see what would look good, and the general consensus was most of the stuff in here I don't think looks very good. As little accents and details here and there, it looks good, but I tried to use some of this as like a more like foundational role in some of the block design, and it did not turn out very well. Just don't be corn. Yeah, see, some people can make tons and tons of details in your block design look good. I can't do it. I don't think I can do that. Yeah, simplistic block design is not a bad thing. As long as what's there looks good, right? See, that's a little short. I feel like that's a little short. I can maybe just spread these out a little bit. Yeah, honestly, that's pretty good. Let's just do that. See, that's weird, though. That's definitely not 2, but it's definitely not 1 either. What song am I using? I am using Insomnia by Fiji Ouija, the F777 remix. I've always thought it would make for a good 9 Circles level. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, what if... Can I make this normal? I don't have any geode mods to help me make this just like a normal degrees. What is that? What is that measurement we're doing? So that looks pretty okay. That's a little weird looking. That's a little jagged. What's going on there? Now, I'm making it from scratch. What the hell is that? I do want to reuse this for coloring, copying wise. Oh, Adventure Fantasy. That's a pretty good one. I don't know if it would work super well for 9 Circles. I mean, I don't know. I don't think 9 Circles songs should be, like, super limited to, like, only the craziest dubstep, you know? But Adventure Fantasy has a certain, like, tone that I don't think is quite what I imagine when I think of 9 Circles, right? It's a little too chipper. A little too whimsical, almost. But it can work with the right deco style, for sure. Okay, now we, I think, can just take these and copy them. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Man, warp and scale would make so many of the issues I'm having just float away. Just disappear. Don't have to worry about them ever again. Stop selecting so much shit that you're not supposed to. Okay. Looks pretty good. Do you ever howdy? No. No, Geo doesn't work for anybody. Yeah, every time GD gets updated, Geode and Megahack stop working until they get updated to kind of accommodate the new changes. It sucks, but it's how it goes. So now we got this to worry about. I always love worrying about this. This is awesome. One of my favorite things to worry about. Can maybe make it work. But then we have that, right? So if we put this on a naturally lower layer, that looks really good. Yep. Can't even tell. Can't even tell. Let's just keep it going. Keep it going. That looks pretty good. Pretty seamless, I would say. That's a little weird. So if I make one half of this perfectly, I should just be able to copy and paste it. And then it will connect in the middle all perfect like. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can I maybe take this and scooch it in a little bit? I want it to be kind of snug against these lines, though. The only other option I would have would be to do that. How does that look? That looks good, actually. That's quite nice. That's another reason that this black glow is here, to kind of cover up any overhang, you know, from these blocks. I think that ends up looking really good. Black glow covers a multitude of sins. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. Have you ever met an iPad kid? I mean, you basically just asked me, do I have, like, little cousins, and have I been to a kid's birthday party? The answer is no. I have 0 cousins. I don't think I've, like... I haven't met any kids who have, like, grown up with, like... the most recent kind of humor, I guess. You know? Like, most of the kids that I end up talking to are, like, my little cousins, who seem like pretty well-behaved cousins who aren't too chronically online. Man, I honestly think your children are in danger if they have, like... easy access to the internet, like unrestricted access, that is. Like, I don't know, you can watch your like baby shark videos and you'll be okay. It's not ideal, but I have little cousins that have grown up with that and they turned out fine. I guess a little too early to say if they've really turned out, but they are turning out fine. Yeah, I don't see myself allowing my children to have unrestricted internet access until they're old enough to, like, be responsible. Which is pretty old. That's pretty old, dude. Kids are very irresponsible. I know some adults that should not have unrestricted internet access. See, that looks really good. That looks really good. Can I kind of split the difference here? That's kind of a big hollowed out spot, though. Like, this is kind of too big. Okay, hold on. We can actually split this difference pretty easily with one of these. What do we want, actually? Maybe this? Yeah, okay. He's already the perfect size and shape and color and everything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I like this. Make sure that's all symmetrical and everything. Looks pretty good. Okay. Now this inner part should be pretty easy to make. Let's do some more of this stuff. Some more of the, like, crisscross hatch pattern kind of blocks. See if we can make that look good. So I'm going to make this chunk over here. What layer is that? Layer 8. Okay. So that would be one of each, and then it's kind of a weird size because it's like 4.5 blocks wide. That'll be a little weird. We can make it work though. You get playtesters for your levels? Not usually. It's such a slow process to have your level fully like playtested. Like, I should have done more of that with Espresso, even though I think Espresso did turn out pretty good. Like, I was able to like fix a lot of the bugs people were having. It still could have benefited from having more playtesters, but you know, for the most part, I just kind of try not to make gameplay that is going to need a lot of playtesting, you know. I just practice all my transitions and make sure they're all smooth, and beyond that, I think it's pretty fine. I think a huge reason of why playtesting is so important is for transitions, and I've specifically tried to make my transitions in this level as, like, smooth and consistent as possible, to where most of the difficulty is literally just performing the gameplay. You know, like the easy to sight read stuff. Okay, there is no half block of this variety, but if we put a line in the middle and then kind of take this and overlap it by like one of these blocks, yeah, you see what I'm thinking? See what I'm thinking? What if we do that? How's that gonna look? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. It's even got like a little gap between. I think that looks pretty nice. That's a nice block that I've made. Okay. So now we got this. Maybe we can reuse some of this. Let's see. Yeah, I want to give these other colors some time to shine. Like, let's get some purple over here. That looks pretty nice. Not a perfect match, but like I said, dark glow covers a multitude of sins. That honestly looks really good. Yeah, that kind of fills in the whole space I was wanting. Did I like school? I did like school. Yeah, I think if learning is presented to the students in a way that they understand, I think pretty much anyone can like learning. Yeah, that depends somewhat on the topic. Like, sometimes you're just not going to be interested in geology, and you're not going to be interested in learning about clouds, and who cares about microbiology? I did feel that way a little bit about certain topics, but I don't know, generally I found school to be pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I think I'm fine only having that purple on the corners, and then we kind of go back to these two colors for the rest. If we take these and move them like so. Is that okay? Is that too, like, segmented? They're not very well blended, I suppose. Or blound. Not very well blound. Here's what I'll do. This one is gonna get this color. This one is gonna get this color. See how that looks. It should be this one, actually. Okay. What if it was that one, too? Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. That works for me. There is a little bit of overlap in the middle there, but I think that looks pretty good. To have this, like, centerpiece be so bright. Yeah, okay, I think I maybe want one more of these blocks to be that color. Yeah, okay. That's a good amount of each color, I think. Okay, we're almost done. I love how your style of deco is so unique. Thanks, I'm certainly trying. I'm kind of trying to make something that looks like it could have been in 1.9, but something you wouldn't have ever seen before if you saw it in 1.9, you know? And I'm cutting a couple little corners when it comes to, like, 1.9 restrictions. Obviously, a lot of, like, editor quality of life stuff, but I'm using, what's it called? I'm using no touch on some of the blocks in the, like, hollowed out areas. Where did you learn how to decorate so well? So, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to really tell you that, though. But when you see me making the stuff that I am, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm kind of just copying the same, like, template that I made right here. Like, this was the first structure I made with this style, and I just kind of was throwing cool objects in places and seeing what looked good. Basically, if you're making block design for this era, you can't go wrong using these blocks or these blocks. Can't go wrong with just any kind of blending things that overlap at any point, because then that provides kind of like a brighter hue in the center without you needing to use other colors. Just adding lines in places just helps give things a certain depth. Using black glow to kind of accentuate the areas near those lines, I think is really cool. How far along are you with this? So let's take a look here. This block design is all mostly done throughout the level. This wave stuff is all done. I'm wrapping up the last few structures of the second half of the wave. Then we got a whole bunch of work to do for the ending. And once we do all that block design, we got like maybe 30% block design left to make. And then we're going back and we're doing air deco, we're doing spike deco, saw deco, a lot more color triggers, because this pre-drop has like 0 color triggers for the actual color channels. All the color triggers you see are happening with like the ground, the background, and the objects. And then there's a few color triggers in here just so I can actually see things in motion and in action, so to speak, with my deco. There is still a lot of work to be done, but overall I'd say maybe 60% done. Not too bad, not too bad. Sturksberry, I assume it's supposed to be Strawberry 29. Thank you so much for the 20 bucks. I appreciate that. I hope you're having a good day. I'm gonna be building my very first gaming PC. Oh gosh, really nervous. I'm scared of damaging parts. Nonetheless, I'm really excited. Oh, dude, building a PC is like the best thing you could do with your money if you really like gaming, or if you seek like any kind of employment from home. Like, having a powerful computer is a huge tool and huge investment. It is going to be a very important thing. So it's very, very good to do research, maybe ask any friends who are more experienced with building PCs. Yeah, but that's awesome, man. I am very excited to hear that. And I'm proud of you. Good job. Good job for doing this. Yeah, building PCs is freaking scary. Because, like, they do sell gear and, like, little gadgets that you can buy that make it easier to not, like, instantly kill your PC parts with, like, static electricity or whatever. But, like, that's a thing you can do. You gotta, like, you gotta know about this stuff and be careful. But, yeah, good luck, man. Thank you so much for the 20. I am surprised you have 20 to spare after buying all the stuff for for building the PC. That's crazy. But I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day today. Okay, we gotta separate this by a half block. I think these have hitboxes, don't they? Yes, they do. Okay, whatever. That doesn't really matter. That should be all we need, right? Oh, not quite. It needs to be a tiny bit longer. That's weird, though. Why is that just not the right color? What just happened? How did it get to be that color? What? That's so weird. Yeah, I am shockingly dumb when it comes to all things like computers and stuff. Considering my job is being a YouTuber, you'd think it would be important for me to know stuff about computers. And I've learned more than I did, but, like, I don't know. I still got a long ways to go. My wife is the smart one when it comes to computer stuff. She grew up with computers. You know, she's always had computers around the house. I was a console kid for a long time. I only got my PC in 2020. I have had a PC for 6 years. Actually, no, not even 6 years, like 5.5. It is crazy. Like, actually, how small of a chunk of my life I've had a computer. Do you ever stream on Twitch? No, I would rather not do anything with Twitch if I can help it. I may end up doing some kind of double streaming, but I'm pretty sure Twitch has some unsavory policies when it comes to double streaming and how you have to prioritize Twitch in certain ways, and I don't like that because my audience is on YouTube. I don't want to do that if it's going to end up hurting my YouTube audience. It's not worth it. And Twitch is just kind of a gross company I'd rather not work for if I can help it. And like, you could say what you want about YouTube, they're not like perfect, but I don't know, compared to Twitch, I like a lot of what YouTube's got going on. Can I make a small enough little pile of deco to fit in that space, though, is the thing? Because previously, when I used the, like, crosshatch blocks, I put something behind it. But, like, all of the stuff that looks good is too big. Let's try this. Just like that. That looks kind of cool. And then maybe grab all these blocks in the center and make them a different color, or maybe just these ones. Not sure about that. I don't know if I need anything to even be there. I'm kind of content just to leave it blank. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it blank. I think it looks fine. Yeah, I'm trying to stick to 1.9 rules for the most part, so no scaling. No scaling. Scaling would make this so much easier. Like, this wouldn't even be a challenge to make a level like this if I was allowed to use scaling. 1.9 level, but I'm allowing myself to use scaling. Like, there's no point. There's no point at that point. Okay, this is annoying because then we have these blocks on the same layer. I didn't put these on layer 1. I'm stupid. It's okay, these have priority because they actually have a hitbox, so you can click them before the others pretty easily. There we go. And then you gotta dodge all the saw blades and spikes, which is kind of annoying. This is why you put things on the right layer before you put it where it's supposed to be. 1. There we go. 1.9 level, but I can break the rules if I want. Yeah, exactly. Howdy content if it was good. Okay, we got one more really big weird one, and then we have a couple small weird ones, and then we are done with the wave block design, and that is huge. That is huge news for the Howdy community. Okay. Start on the right layer this time. So this shouldn't be weird. It should just be, I mean, it's kind of weird, but 1, 2, 3, up, across, up, down, and then down 3. Yeah, okay, that's easy. There were some weird, like, off-grid kind of structures I had to make earlier, and that was a huge pain in the butt. But that was off-stream, so, like, you didn't even see my misery. Yeah, some of the structures I was like, you know what? I am going to focus on these structures right now, even though I'm not streaming, just so, like, when I do start streaming, I can have fun structures to make. Because, like, this is so, like, abysmal. It was, these structures right here. Do you see how weird these are? Like, when do you see something that looks like that in a decorated 9 circle? You don't, because it's so off-grid, no one would ever sign themselves up for that willingly. Yeah, these are the ones that I made off-stream the other day, just because, like, man, I'm going to be so unfun to watch if I'm trying to figure out how to make this work, because, like, gosh, it is so weird. That is so bright, my goodness. Is that, like, copy and pasted? Yeah, that just shouldn't be so bright. Needs to calm down. Might just delete that. That's fine. I got a name. An insomniac's epilepsy. See, I'm trying to not make this epileptic, though. I feel like as far as 9 Circles deco goes, this is pretty digestible, you know? Most trained GD player eyes can probably handle this deco with ease. It doesn't feel too flashy, at least not to me, but... Also, the background is really weird. Look at the background right now. What am I looking at? This is the floor, dog. The background's supposed to look like this, but look at how high I need to be to look at that. Like, this is what the background should be. But if you actually come down here, it's like, why are we looking at the floor? Why is... Okay, whatever. And Insomniacs, my eyes are fine. Thank you. We're not burning at all. We're just fine. Please be on grid. It would be really cool. Grrr. Oh, wait, actually, is that half grid? Yes! The half grid spaces are awesome. I've been using those constantly. No! It's this thing again. That's okay. I think we had a pretty easy solution for this of just using a block and a half block. Or a line and a half line. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say. What kind of sucks is when you use the snap feature, it doesn't actually align properly with stuff that is that angle. It's like very close to that angle, but not quite. It's like Robtop didn't quite make enough possible like degrees, you know. He just had to like round to the nearest degree. Like that's fine, but you can tell it's off by just a little bit if you pay attention. Oh my gosh. I hate working with 3D lines, man. This level will be peak! I sure hope so. I am trying really hard. I didn't get notified again. Wait, aren't you in the Discord, though? Maybe, like, your phone didn't send you the Discord notification. I don't know. Maybe I need to just, like, send real physical letters to people when I go live so they don't miss it. Is that what I need to do? Okay, next will be number 7. Can I have, like... Yeah, give me these. Give me these. That's what I want. That's gonna go, like, here. But either way, welcome, Q Twirl. How you doing? You have not missed a whole lot. Just kind of... Sonic! I just realized my Sonic music just stopped. I get so focused on making block design that I forget to, like, listen to my surroundings. Okay, so this is when we need to use the custom one. So I gotta make a made to order. Here we go. That plus a little half block should work. Stupidopolis Zone Act 1 is so fire. I'm just gonna call it Stupidopolis. Sorry. I get that you like it, but I thought it was funny. Climatic Haze? Sure, man. I might do Climactic Haze. I'll do that. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. It's a little rough around the edges, but not in ways that are really noticeable. Probably that. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, so horrible. Lol. I don't know what you're talking about, but I agree. Wholeheartedly. 100%. Okay, now it's time for these blocks. I love working with these blocks. Yay! More of this. Okay, last one went by pretty smoothly. Let's see if we can do it. So if we start here, say I know I want this to look like that. We can get away with that. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Yeah, that looks fine. The extra little nubbin is hidden away. We can use a half block measurement for that. Excellent. I did do a little bit more, like, looking into Michael Jackson's involvement with the game. So I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson was consulted a decent amount when it comes to the soundtrack of Sonic 3. Not Sonic 1. This is Sonic 1. Don't pay attention to that. But with Sonic 3, Michael Jackson was a heavy source of influence for the soundtrack. But I'm pretty sure he was pretty displeased with how a lot of it turned out, to where he's like, you know what, no, don't credit me for this. No. You can use the music, but, like, I don't want to be a part of it. I thought that was really interesting. Not Geometry Dash, no. Yeah, actually, Waterflame consulted Michael Jackson when it comes to making the soundtrack for Geometry Dash. Oh, that was such a good stretch. Oh my gosh. How do you even decorate these structures? That's honestly a skill of its own. I appreciate that, man. It is very difficult for me to try to translate this decoration, these strange shapes. Like, what is this going on? What is that? What is this? What kind of structure is that, man? What, it's mini wave, and then it's a big wave, big wave, big wave? Like, stupid. Why did you do that? I don't want this to be here. Go away. But there's 3 of you. Okay, that explains why it was so bright earlier. You are his creator. Thank goodness. Good map. I like this guy's messages. Dude, I think Michael Jackson would have fun if he played this game. Maybe I should get Michael Jackson on my next stream. We'll hang out. Okay, this is going to be hard to make look good, so say we do that. That's a good start. Oh, man. So that's okay. That's a good start. Making this look normal going forward. Oh, honestly, yes, this is perfect. This is perfect. Because then we can use these. These were a lifesaver last time. Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There are real women that sound like what I just did with my voice. That's a little strange, but also kind of awesome. Next we're gonna be selecting all these slopes, darling. It's like, I don't know how much smoking you have to do to sound like that, but I want in. Okay, we need to separate this by like a half block or so. Yeah, we need to use this little guy. This is a good guy. I like this guy. He came in handy. I should use his services a little bit more. Oh, no, it's not a half block, though. Okay, that's a little bit more. Is that going to be too big? That's a little too big. That's a little too big. All right, is there a smaller equivalent? Get rid of that guy. Let's go back here. Go to the end, which is where these are for some reason. Yeah, there's this guy who's about half the size of the non-half block. That's a strange size to be. That should be pretty good, though. I think we have found this guy's perfect use. A text-to-speech from Repo, yeah. That game's cool. I should play more of that game. Yeah, I think if we kind of scooch everything together real close like a family photo, we should have enough room to make everything work. Yeah, that little gap in between looks pretty good. That's a good size gap. Yawn, so sleepy, but I still got works to do. Works of the home variety, perhaps? Okay, let's see. I liked this. I think we're going to keep doing this. I like giving the purple more of a more prominent position in the spotlight. Looks pretty good. And if we end with 2 more of these somewhere, somehow, that should look pretty good. Okay. If I do that, what does that look like? Looks a little silly. Okay. Do you hail Mike, Jack's son? I don't know what that means, man. I'm not smart enough for these questions. See, that's about the right size. Okay. Let's try that, I guess. Oh my gosh, I watched the Minecraft movie yesterday. I gotta say, if you watch the movie with friends and exclusively make fun of it, it's a pretty good time. But I was also a little bit frustrated because I wanted it to be worse a little bit. Like, I knew it wasn't gonna be good, but like, it was bad in such boring ways. It didn't like interest me in how it was bad. It was such a nothing movie. I really wanted it to be worse in more interesting ways. And that probably sounds a little silly, but I kind of like the center being orange and then the outside being yellow. Let's try that. You imagined it was okay, but like you didn't see it. You were just like picturing it in your mind. Like, movie tickets are so expensive. I'll just go watch the Minecraft movie in my mind. Wow, that was really bad. Yeah, so these can probably be 1. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. I can imagine it now. True, going to cinemas is overrated. Make up your own stories. That's awesome. Your map demon, yes or no, bro? Yes, it is an insane demon, much like the thumbnail of the stream that you clicked on, probably. Oh, how do you make the snare sound when you beatbox? Okay, so there's a few ways I like to do it. So let's think about this for a second. You can kind of just do like a... I don't know, make a really harsh, like, K sound. That's plenty, like, serviceable. Like, that's fine. You could also That's the same like position with the tongue and the roof of my mouth, but I'm inhaling this time. So there's which is out, and then which is in. There's that. You could also do a snare with your lips. You can go. That's out. Or you can do. That's an inhale through the lips. So whenever you find like an interesting little snare sound, try to experiment with inhaling and exhaling and different amounts of air that you're forcing in and out. And that'll change a lot about how it sounds. That's kind of fun to experiment with a little bit. There's also I was tinkering with that on a long car ride actually, where you kind of start the snare sound with your lips closed and then kind of smack them open and then hit the or like I guess the inhale. It's kind of slow and hard to do quickly, but I think it sounds really cool. I don't know. Get freaky with it. Those are some templates that you can use for your beatboxing adventures, but I would encourage you to get freaky with it. Try some new stuff. See what you can come up with. I'd be very interested to see. It's actually really helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think maybe like a beatbox tutorial for beginners would be like a fun video idea. Because like I'm not a very good beatboxer. My rhythm is very imperfect. I've just been doing beginner / intermediate level beatboxing for a long time, so I'm kind of comfortable with it in ways that some people might not be. But like anybody can beatbox. I am a firm believer that not anybody can play the drums. Like the drums are hard. That takes a special kind of person to be able to be really good at the drums. And you could train, you can get really good, but like, I don't know, drummers don't grow on trees. Like proper drummers are kind of hard to come across. Drumming is very, very difficult, but beatboxing, super, super easy. Like I'm not gonna be winning any like tournaments or anything like that. I'm not that kind of beatboxer, but anybody can beatbox it as long as you have a tongue, lips, and teeth and working lungs. That's all you need. There's a little overlap that looks a little bit ugly, but I don't have a smaller line to put there. So I don't think I have an alternative. Yeah, I think that's the best case scenario. It's not awesome, but it's fine. Good! I just like reading people's corrections for their typos, but not the original message. That's when you get stuff like, good! Awesome. Okay, I need to go to this layer. What is this layer? I thought it was 8. Yeah, okay, there we go. That was weird. Yeah, I don't disagree with that option. Kid named. I think you made the right call. What do I have? What do I have copied? What is that? What is it? What sucker? Who is you? Gosh dang it! I hate that. Such an avoidable thing, but like, okay. I gotta make this look not like garbage. I'm just gonna start with this. I'm gonna start with this and just make a new thing. Sometimes it's more work than it's worth to just try to recycle something. I'm referring to both Geometry Dash and real life. I think it applies. Okay, there's that. And then if we take another row of blocks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, what I did forget to do for this, though, was for 7. I meant to add some glow here. Yeah, this stuff looks way better with glow. It should be bigger, though. It should be the biggest glow we have, and that's not, I don't think. I think that's this stuff, but we want this. There we go. Okay. So we want that right there. It's not quite big enough for 2, so we'll have to do something else. We can do that. Yeah, that looks much better, I think. Rare occasion of GD player finding love, true. Yeah, congrats. Congrats. I think that's really cool. I don't think getting a girlfriend or getting a boyfriend should be treated like a guys. I finally scored a precious commodity. I finally have one. Like, I don't know. Treat them more like a person, you know, like a valued friend. Not like something to brag about, you know. It's not like a dream car, you know. Oh, did I mess up? I probably should have made the structure like this, as to not interfere with the others. That was dumb. Okay, that shouldn't take a whole lot of reworking, but that is annoying. Okay, yeah, that's annoying. Alright, do that. Yeah, that complicates things. It really does. Specifically with these blocks. Okay. That's annoying. Alright. I don't want overlap, though. And that's overlap you can see, I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, hold on, hold on. That's the ground. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, I thought the ground was somewhere lower, but I think this white line is the ground, so all the overlap that's happening is off screen. No, that's perfect, actually. I think that'll work. Okay, that was scary. That was scary. Why is there a boy on Chuck Norris hat? I don't know where the hashtag man memes come from, but like I'd like him just on my hat. It's also not Chuck Norris. I could never be Chuck Norris. But that is a picture my mom took of me. Why are you on layer 0? Or wait, what layer was that? You're not 7. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be 2. What are you doing all the way out here? Okay, looking good, looking good. I think this song, Ice Cap Zone, was directly inspired. It's basically just like a Sega Genesis remix of like some rock and roll song or something. I don't know all the lore, but I know there is like a version of this song that's older than this, that's just like made with completely normal instruments and stuff. It's very, very similar. I think that's really cool, like to see what they draw inspiration from when making the soundtrack to this game. The same could be said for some Michael Jackson tracks, actually. Okay, take some of this, see what we can do. With super low resolution cropped image of the Ding girl. I'm really glad somebody knows her as the Ding girl. I think that's so cool. I love that. This is one of my favorite images I've ever found. It's not even like that crazy. I just really like her expression. Okay, I can probably... That should be fine. I can't fit 2 of those though. Okay, I'm gonna need, where is it? The special little Johnson that I made. Yep. Big long boy. You still haven't found the Ding girl? Hold on. I'll send you an invite to the Discord. Yeah, if you DM me later and ask for the Ding girl, I'll hook you up. I got you. I don't advertise my Discord because I don't really want, like, everyone from my streams to be joining, because sometimes I do get some very, very young children in here that would kind of complicate the flow of things. But you seem like a cool guy. Yeah, someone, I think it was Cute Twirl the other day, was like, hey, do you have the Ding girl? Or like, do you have the Ding image? And I'm like, there's a couple of those. And then she's like, no, it's the girl. Give me the girl. I'm like, oh, of course. The Ding girl. I want to cosplay the Ding girl. If I do a face reveal at any point, that's probably what I'll be doing. Can I tell you guys a good video idea for him? Please do. If it's bad, you're banned. True, I always welcome video ideas. I am in no short supply of content ideas. Like, I could probably make videos for the whole year on just the ideas that I have right now, stashed away in my brain. But I did get a comment the other day that had an interesting idea that I've thought some about before, but I'm considering it extra now. So I have gotten decent suggestions from chat before. It happens. Really? I really genuinely thought I put these blocks on the first layer. Oh my gosh. I bet if you rewind stream to when I started building the structure, I'll be like, okay, this time we're gonna put it on the first layer. Like a smart guy. No, I did not do that, in fact. I like how the Discord rules are just don't be cringe. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty easy to follow. Pretty simple, really. Okay, howdy. Beatbox all the main level songs. With main levels, with the background in. Am I banned? So you just want me to showcase all the Robtop levels while I beatbox to the songs? It's a pretty inoffensive idea. I think that could be pretty fun. I might do that for like a subscriber milestone that's like less important than 200k. Like maybe 250k or like 300k. I'll do like beatboxing every Robtop level song or something. I also would like to do several terrible ideas for charity. I think like live streaming some horrible thing that's going to be terribly unfun for me, but doing it for charity I think would be fun. Like, hey, come hang out in my stream while I do this horrible thing, and if you donate money to me, it's going to charity. Yay! Oh, was he banned? Oh no! Okay, he's not banned. He's not banned. Because it tells me that I have the option to ban him, but I do think that idea is good enough to not be banned. How long is he timed out for? Okay, I gotta delete some of these objects. I mean, I don't think deleting them would look very good, though. You know what? I have an idea. What if I didn't use no touch right here? What if instead of no touch, I did some of, where are they? Some of, where are they? This! Okay. That looks pretty good. Honestly, that looks about as good as it can. So I don't know. These can just be 3D lines. I don't know why they're doing that. I'm kind of too lazy to turn those into 3D lines, though. Oh, I'll do it. It's pretty easy. It's just dumb. It's a dumb thing. It should have been done before. This is one of the most annoying things I have left to do for this level, is like fix this stuff. Make the fake blocks passable and look good. See, then there's just that. Like, it doesn't connect quite like it should. There's no making it look good. There's just, I don't know, there's that. Brought this upon myself. I deserve this punishment. Yo, we got to Frog is Wild with the $1. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Hope you've been having a good day. We are doing decoration and sucking at it a little bit. That's alright. Was that saw blade really there before? I guess. Alright. We shall keep that. It seems a little bit hard, but I'm just going to trust my original structuring. So now there should be a hollowed out spot. Oh, oops. Except for something. There they are. These I will just delete. Yeah, okay. Can I maybe do that? Yeah, okay, that looks probably the least bad things are going to. You go away, and you go back up there. But then... Then I have this to worry about. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. So much extra work, dude. Okay, is there a better, like, little sweet spot we could find for this? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Whatever. Whatever. We finally have a hollowed out spot for our clicks to go. Thank goodness. What up, howdy? How you doing? Awesome sauce 2010. 2010 kids are going to be old enough to drive this year. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just checking before I go. Did you drink water? I have had a little bit of water today. Not a lot, but I have some more with me right now that I'm drinking out of guilt for not drinking more earlier. I'm one of those annoying people that has to do that after I drink sometimes. Making good spider gameplay is such a cool skill to have. I agree. I don't think it should be considered a cool skill. It should be considered the bare minimum, because I think it's a really cool game mode and it's not that hard to make good gameplay for it, but I kind of get it. Spider's a little finicky and it's really easy to get sucked into making boring stuff with the spider. Like, it's too cool of a game mode for it to be okay that people make the boring gameplay that they do for it. Specifically with dual spiders. I've seen like 2 cool dual spiders in rated levels before. Almost everything else is the same old copy and pasted stuff that I've seen 100 times. No. Okay, so what was said that you are so negative about? Lots of things were said recently. I got banned for like 10 seconds. Did you like my idea? Oh, probably that. No, that idea was fine. Grr, no, don't be angry. Yeah, making enjoyable swing gameplay I think is truly very impressive, because I've only seen it done a couple of times. And when I do swing gameplay in my levels, I've made swing parts I think for like 3 of my levels. They're usually very short and often involve gravity triggers to make things feel a little bit more natural. Okay, I have a couple things I want to do. I have like one structure that's difficult, one that shouldn't take too long, and then this little weirdo. He's kind of optionally weird. I could probably just stick a saw blade on one of these and call it good, but I kind of do want to try making that. So let's see, we're going to need our 2x2. This guy right here. We want the bottom half of this guy. Oh gosh, that's so weird. How do I do that? Okay. Like so. Do that. Man, this is so strange. How do I make this look normal? Oh gosh. This is a really interesting challenge for me to be facing right now, which is part of why I wanted to make this, but man, it is so weird. Okay, so first instinct would be to have some kind of little fella poking through right there. Like that. That's how far the color's gonna reach, right? That's not too much, right? Should be okay. No, because then I gotta put these blocks over it. Freaking these blocks. I don't know how to do that. Okay, I think the best scenario would be me taking this whole thing and scooting it down. Try to center that a little bit more. And I'm honestly fine with that being the only color in the block. Like inside, you know. The rest of it can just be normal stuff. It's true, I can always dial 811 if I need help with my normal. Thank goodness for 811. The operators on the 811 line are always so nice. So that is too much. So, hold on. Can I make this flat? I can't snap it to be flat. I just have to, like, trust it. I have to trust the visuals and trust my ability to line things up like that. Okay. That looks pretty alright. I'm okay with that. It's a little too close. Can I take all this and just kind of... Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. I'm not even going to bother with the rest of that. I'm just going to delete this and then mirror it. Yeah, I think the black glow adds a lot of detail that otherwise would be an issue, but oh gosh, how do I cover that? No. Okay. That is weird. I don't know how to work with that. Do I put little slopes here? Is that gonna look weird? I don't know. Maybe we should move it down a little bit more. Grab all this. Yeah, this is such a weird structure. Like, you can make it look good just as a shape, but making this shape look good with the kind of template that I've laid out is very weird. I might leave it kind of incomplete looking on purpose, because I think that might look kind of interesting. Let's do a little bit more testing with this little chunk. Hopefully this hitbox won't interfere with anything, but yeah, I want to fill like that area with some of that. That looks a lot better. Yeah, seeing that little V is kind of cool, actually. I don't mind that so much. I kind of just think there should be more color, like one more of these blocks somewhere. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. We can maybe copy and paste it if it's too dark. You know what? I think it might look pretty cool if we do some of this. Yeah, a 1.5 should be good there, so some of this. Take it to 4, yes. Not snap, don't do that. That's meat on my neck. Okay, that looks pretty good. I am pretty happy with that, but I do want to drag this whole arrangement. Maybe not that. I might leave the dark glow. And not those either. Okay, so I'm not actually dragging that much down. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. Wow, that was really tricky. Really, really tricky. Okay. Try some more of this. Sonic? Oh, that was the end of the playlist. That was every song that Sonic has to offer, ever. Alright, let's start it over. Okay. Yeah, I do kind of want this structure to be in my level specifically because it looks kind of like a heart. I think that's cool. That's probably what birds say. I've never met a birds. Oh my gosh, not like that. Not what I meant. So, we'll need a longer version for that, and then some little chunk, some little tiny piece of chungus to fit right there. Also, by the way, there's a character in the Minecraft movie named General Chungus. The movie is not real. The movie is very much not real. I have gone on record before being a Green Hill Zone naysayer. Not like it's a bad song or anything, I just prefer others. I think it's maybe a little overrated, but I don't know, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I can't lie. How do I make that? I could maybe just do this. Is that enough? What color even is that? That's pretty good. I'll do that. Not a hugely meaningful amount of space that I need to cover up. Ugh. Yeah, the movie was made to be made fun of, I swear. Honestly, that's a strategy, you know? All publicity is good publicity. That's probably what they were saying when they were writing the script for the Minecraft movie. Like, they just didn't care. Like, they didn't want their movie to be good. They're just like, it's a movie. If Minecraft wasn't a game and it was just that movie, that was all we had for Minecraft, like, it wouldn't really be much better. It's still just kind of a nothing movie. I feel that way about the FNAF movie as well. But like with the FNAF movie, I feel like it's more disappointing than the Minecraft movie being bad. Because everything about like the first couple Five Nights at Freddy's games, like 1, 2, and 3, that's like some really dark shit that could make for a pretty decent horror movie, I think. And then they turned it into just like kids movie reference slop. Like, why is it that, at least for me, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie feels more like a Minecraft movie than the Minecraft movie? The Minecraft movie was so disconnected from anything Minecraft is supposed to be. It's kind of just its own thing that's loosely based on what happens in Minecraft. You know, there's like... I don't know how to describe it. Like, I expected the Minecraft movie to be as bad as the FNAF movie was, and I expected the FNAF movie to be okay. And yeah, none of that happened. None of that happened. Yeah, Minecraft is a significantly worse movie if you wanted a Minecraft movie. If you're like a grandma from the 90s who has never heard of Minecraft and you watch the Minecraft movie, you'll probably like it. You'll probably think, oh, what a silly, whimsical little fairy tale movie. Like, sure. Yeah, I can see something to enjoy. But if you like Minecraft and you're older than like 8 years old, you will probably not like the Minecraft movie in any ways that are unironic. I just joined and holy crap, that decoration looks amazing. Thanks, man. I kinda don't know what I'm doing. I'm winging it. I am winging it and it's working out. This stuff's going by a lot faster than the normal block design was because, oh gosh, I think there's a space in here that you're supposed to be able to slip through. Yeah, okay, you gotta go through there. The hardest part of the block design was like making this stuff. That was pretty tricky because each structure, at least a lot of structures, were meant to be like different from each other, but with the wave stuff, I have like a template to work off of and I can copy and paste that around. FNAF was bought by a large development company around 2020. I definitely don't like what's been happening to FNAF. I don't like the treatment it's been getting. I think it has been getting bad treatment. Bad media representation. It makes me sad. Because FNAF could have been so cool. Not that there's nothing to enjoy about the games still, but like, I don't know. It makes me sad. Definitely gonna save. Definitely keep reminding myself to save the game. Okay, I think I was making this and I don't know what happened. Oh, yeah, this is that. Alright, cool. I'll just keep making that. I forgot I started on the next structure before I, like, completely finished. So how do I make that look good? Can I do this? Does that look good? Not really. Not really. That doesn't really look good either. I don't know how to do that. So I kind of screwed myself with this structuring because this is like a half block closer than it should be. It's a little less actually. Okay. Hold on, Sonic, take a moment to take a break. What? No. Oh no. Oh, that was just a glitch. Okay, I think that's normal. I think that's according to plan. Honestly, I feel like there's probably room here to make the structure normal. Yeah, I think I'll make it normal and just keep it kind of low profile. It's going to be way more trouble than it's worth. Peak level, by the way. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I certainly hope I can live up to that expectation when it's done. But we'll see. Okay, so when this happens, why does it look bad? Okay, that's a little better. This is still weird. Can I do that normal style? No, we're probably gonna need one of these. It's okay. The 1x1s have been coming in handy with the 1x2 slopes. They are very useful in the right spots. That looks pretty okay. Let's try that. Very easy to work with structures. Exactly. This guy gets it. Okay, Sonic, you may go back to work. Okay, we need some of these. I don't even think that much of the structure is going to be seen, so I don't feel the need to go crazy. And then getting this to be like matched to the 45 slope, you kind of got to do that manually, or just like change the orientation and start over. See, that leaves like little gaps, man, little tiny gaps. All right, I'm just gonna do it. We'll make it to order. That's fine. We'll need an extra half block. It's not too bad. Yeah, Snap has been working a little better lately, even though it's not perfect. Like, if you notice, this is not... Look at that. Look at that. This is snapped to the slope, and it's not perfect. And that's just... The whole point is that it matches the slope, and it doesn't. And we now possess the specifications to make it perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Or I guess it's, like, microscopically imperfect, but, like, it's a lot better. It is a lot better. Why don't we do that? Come on. Come on. I like the machine gun fire in this one. Why are we saying things like low-keguinly? Low-keguinly? Is that low-key and genuinely and penguin collabing? I don't know if that collab is meant to be. I don't think God would be happy about that. I also think God does not care in the slightest what children on the internet are saying. Well, I mean, I guess if they're saying, like, Satanism is awesome, he would probably care a little bit. In terms of slang, I don't think he cares. Hey, dude, this is so easy. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, it's not. There goes the easy mode. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. It's not ideal, but it's okay. What's up, Kathy Blanchard, R6K? That is totally someone's mom's account. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. If this is the real Kathy Blanchard, it is an honor having you in my stream here today. What just happened to you? How did you do that? I caught him mid-backflip. Okay, next is super weird color blocking stuff. We're gonna need some of this. Gosh, this is so weird. This is such a weird structure, man. Why do I do this to myself? Oh, is that... yeah, it's linked. We don't want that. Is this also linked? Gosh, damn. This looks ridiculous. This looks ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Who is your inspiration? Who inspired you to play Geometry Dash or doing YouTube as a whole? Quite a variety of YouTubers inspired me to make my content. In terms of just playing GD, I don't really have a good answer for my inspiration. I thought, like, Trusta and Brandon Larkin made some pretty awesome GD content back in, like, 2015, 16, 17 kind of stuff. Trusta kind of started closer to 16, 17. I was here. You were here for what? What happened? EVW also had some pretty good stuff from that era. But yeah, in terms of GD, no one in this community really inspired me all that much. Doggy's editing style inspired me a little bit in the earlier days. Now I kind of do my own thing. I definitely took more inspiration from that in previous years. There's so much of this color, it does not need to be here. But yeah, there's a good amount of other YouTubers that have inspired me. I think Grapefruit, JFJ, Salty Fish, Cosmonaut Variety Hour, they have all inspired my humor and content style in various ways. Oh, it's a little too low. Okay, that's... I don't know. It's weird, but, like, it kind of works. I'm okay with that. Just made it. I'm on a plane going back home. Awesome. You come back home from, like, a vacation or something? Gosh, I want to travel. Me and my wife have been talking about traveling a little bit. Because, like, we want to have, like, a family, right? I think family life is cool. I would like that to be my larger goal in life. I think that'd be really cool. But once you have a family, getting to travel and see the world and kind of use the two incomes from the two-income household, it gets a lot harder, you know? So. Also just air travel is a little bit scary at the moment. I'm not like super itching to jump on a plane right now, considering how many are just falling out of the sky. But it would be really cool. Would be really cool. No geode sad face. Yeah. It'll be back. It'll be back. It's kind of crazy how unplayable this game is when you're used to geode and it gets updated. So now there's no mods, and all the quality of life stuff you like from that is absolutely just gone. I think Robtop should stop trying to program his game with the features that people like from the mods, and instead just collaborate with the mods. Just ask the modders, like, hey guys, can you make this thing in the game real style? Let's do it. I don't see why it needs to be so complicated. Please, dog. This game would be so much better if modders were like in more official collaborative capacity with Robtop, if that makes any sense. How do I make this look normal? Oh, I know. I put these lines on the bottom on a higher layer than that little dark corner piece. That's pretty good. I'll take it. What's up, howdy? How you doing, boy in space? Nice deco, thank you. Certainly trying. I have never itched to get on a plane. You know, yeah, I have been on a plane once. It was not like a commercial airliner or anything. It was like a biplane or something. I don't even know. I don't know plane terminology. It was a small plane that probably sat like 6 people max. It was me, my brother, my dad, and then one of my friends who was flying the plane. And I was pretty young at the time, and I was very prone to motion sickness, more so than I am now. So maybe I would enjoy a plane going experience more than I would then, but it was a little unenjoyable, that's for sure. How do I make this look normal? Oh, gosh. Can I do that? Yeah, if I put this on a lower layer, that should be fine. Why is it still interfering with those lines? It still makes the lines look weird. That's so weird. I don't like that. That's a little less weird. Okay, I guess I'll roll with that. It added a break in geode. That's just not how it works. It is simply not how it works. It's just, you can't keep your mods when a game gets updated. I hope you guys know how this works. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't think it's very complicated. See, that looks bad, though. Urgh, how do I make this look normal style? Okay. So let's start where I know it'll be okay. I know everything will be okay right here. And I'm going to be live a little longer than I wanted to. That's okay. That's okay. Separate dual icons mod. Okay, that one's pretty, like, pointlessly cosmetic. I really don't think that's a very important one. That one should not be very high on your priorities, but I get it. I guess we'll do that. That's probably the least bad way it can look. Yeah, alright, fine. We'll do that. It's still weird though. Okay, alright, hold on. Let's try one more thing. One more thing with this line. I do not like this line. I want it to be on a higher layer. But we kind of can't do that at its current size. So let's do this, which I think is slightly smaller. Or no, it's slightly bigger. Shoot. Oh, no. Okay. What can we do then? Can I do this? Is that a right angle? I mean, not a right angle. You know what I'm saying? Is this the correct angle? That's not awful. There will be overlap, though, because it's blending. Shit. This is annoying. Honestly, if I just kind of split the difference, that might make this look okay. That's the best it's going to look. I am convinced. Ugh. This is such a pain in the butt. We're almost done with the crazy structures, though. We're going back to normal very soon. It'll just be normal blocks and just a few slopes here and there. Not too many. Okay. The structure's almost done. We got a little bit of glow left. I'm making way more block design like down here than I should. Like, you're going to see about this much of it, right? Like, this stuff down here does not really need to be there, but... a lot of different splitting in this stream. You know, I was doing construction for a long time, just building various parts of houses. That was my job for a bit. And a lot of construction is knowing what you can get away with. And this is the same thing here. It's the same thing. That principle can be applied very easily to anything that you structure. Anything that you construct. Anything that involves careful thought and building. A lot of it just comes down to knowing what you can get away with. Like this. I want to do this instead. I might end up using a normal block with a little half block. But for now... yep. I'm gonna need it. Such a slow process to make deco, bro. How do people just crank these out like every week? You either like have absolutely no responsibilities or you're just crazy fast at the freaking editor. Like, I don't know. Maybe if this editor had a little bit more carefully thought out like UI and features and stuff, I could make levels a little faster, but I don't think there's that much blame that can really be placed on that. I want a line to go here because that's usually how the part looks. And I think it makes it look good, but I can't make it look normal. I can't make it look like it's supposed to be there. Okay. What if I tried 2 of these? That's not quite as long as a normal 1x2 slope. Snap. Thank you. Snap feature is cool because it takes 3 clicks to work. It's the only feature in the game that has that property. Very interesting. Good job, Robtop. That's probably the best that's going to look. Yep, lots of different splitting today. Lots of it. I will take all this and kind of scoot it out a little bit. Okay, I think I'm pretty pleased with that. Now it's time for the outer glow. Man. Favorite type of owl? I can't say I really know much about owls. I think owls are really funny. They're funny little creatures. They got things going on. Like, owls have really long legs, but nobody knows that because they have all these, like, crazy feathers covering them all up. I think that's really interesting. Like, what are they doing with those legs? I mean, legs are pretty useful for all animals, but, like, owls are not an animal I thought would need really long legs, you know? Most birds have these tiny little feet. But owls got, like, these big old legs that are just hiding in their pants all the time. I think that's really interesting. I think snow owls are really pretty. I think owls in general are really cool, but snow owls particularly. These have to be custom made, sadly. More work for me. Really, YouTube? YouTube just be letting my stream crash. Not my stream, but like my stream chat, at least. I don't appreciate that. Can I put yellow here as well? Is that going to look okay? Yeah, it looks fine. So ugly looking. Why are the lines so jagged and stupid? Why? Why does it look like that? Screw you. Screw you. No more of that. Okay, what color are we on? Yeah, we're on like the lavender. Yeah, so let me just take this. It still looks jagged and weird. Oh my gosh, I hate this game. Fine. If someone leaves a comment saying, hey, howdy, this part at exactly 77% in the level, it looks jagged and stupid and weird, then I'm going to blame that on Robtop. That is my strategy. All right, not quite done yet. We have a little more glow to do. I like using... That's just regular shit. Where's... Please. Wherefore art thou? I need like a nice concise... There we go. That's what I need. Howdy, hi, that looks awesome. OMG, thank you, Zynox. I appreciate that. We're about done with all the wave stuff, and then we can move on to regular block design, which I'm a little bit more confident in. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I am more confident because there's less copy and paste that I can do with the normal blocks. Because, like, with this stuff, you kind of just make a cool design and try to copy the template and the layering over for different shapes, you know? Not a whole lot of creativity is like really needed for 9 Circles Deco. Even if you do what I did and kind of like change things up halfway through. Because the 9 Circles Deco isn't copy and pasted through the whole thing. I have 2 different deco styles. They kind of take turns. Oh, maybe I can just delete that actually. Can I delete the slope or the corner for the overhang? Yes. Okay. This finally looks somewhat passable. So now... It's a little bit long. It's a little bit too wide, but we can put it like here. We'll put it a little bit lower than it's supposed to be initially. Do that. And then we can maybe like inch this saw blade up a little bit to account for that. And then this slope can be its own thing. That can be its own... Well, I guess not really its own thing. It could be one of these. There's no reason it can't. Is 2 gonna be enough? I would say yes. I would say yes. That's fine. But that's the last... In terms of, like, position in the level, this is the farthest that the 9 Circles Deco will reach. Okay, this transition should still work just fine. We're going to get rid of this. And then we're going to have a 4x4 chunk that's like just slid in there. And that should be pretty easy because we literally have a 4x4 somewhere. I think it's got a spike. Yeah, there it is. We take half of this. I don't know how that's going to work, but we take half of it. We can maybe even make it look good with the block design that we end up doing. Where am I? Oh, I'm way too low. Oh my gosh. TS gonna be so good. It's 78 circles. I don't know what that means. That's a lot of circles. I do still struggle to come up with a decent name for this level, though. Yeah, I think we can make this look pretty good. Yeah, I can make a block I can make some block design for this pillar here that kind of complements this spike, like overhanging, you know? I think that's cool. Okay, I think with that, we are done with the wave. I think that's absolutely everything. At least in terms of block design. I gotta go back and hollow out some of these hitboxes and stuff, and that's gonna suck, but I can do that off stream sometime, because it's just gonna be super boring to watch. Yeah, I guess that's about it for the stream. Let's, play through the whole level in the editor, or try to at least. Oh man, yeah, not Howdy Circles, because there's already a rated level called Howdy Circles, which is crazy, by the way. It's crazy that that's like real lore for GD. It's Howdy Circles. Crazy. 611, what's your inquisitive? Off-camera mining, exactly. Okay. No, not save and play. It's got to be in the editor because I don't have no clip. It's got to be like this. Ouch, hit my head a little bit. I plan to redo some of this block design. I'm not crazy about it. I think the end of this level is so fun. This gameplay is some of my favorite I've ever made, and I don't usually make endings I'm super happy with. Usually I enjoy the beginnings and middles of my level more than the ends. But this is like the strongest part of the level, I think. I like this part a lot. This part of the song was just really fun to make gameplay for. I'm pretty pleased with everything. I may end up nerfing the ship a little bit. It's just a tiny bit too hard maybe, but I do like the way it looks. So maybe that's enough to make me keep it. I also plan to keep this exactly how it is. I'm not going to decorate this at all. I just like having my names like kind of vaguely spelled out with layout looking blocks. I think that's cool. That's something I would have done in 1.9. And then this heart, you can't even see this in the level. You only see to about here in the level. Like right here. That's how much you can see. So this heart, you can't even see that. It's just there. That's just there as like a little Easter egg. Like, hi. I love you. But anyway, that is the level. I am super pleased with the gameplay for the most part. It's not my strongest gameplay overall, but I think considering the limitations of 1.9, I'm pretty pleased with the... Yeah, oh, this part is so good. I really like this gameplay right here. And then during the build-up, like this right here, this is when the gameplay kind of stops being crazy. It's not really like my most interesting or best gameplay, but it's fine. I'm still okay with it. I'm not displeased. And then the wave gameplay is pretty fine. I think I did the best I could. And then this is the good stuff. I'm looking forward to decorating this. It's gonna be tricky, but I'm at least happy all the background and ground and object pulses are all done. It was really fun to match all these triggers to the song in different ways. I think it's really cool. How to be wave carried? I don't know. I can't even say I'm wave carried because I think most of my game modes are like a 5 out of 10. My ship is like a 4, and then my wave is like a 6. So like, yeah, my wave is my best, but it's not by a lot, you know? I'm not enough to be carried. I just usually struggle with wave parts a little bit less in the long run. Because when it comes to a level like ABP, the waves are really hard, but they're getting consistent for me when other parts of the level are still not, you know? A lot of the ships are still not consistent for me. Next time I stream, we'll probably be grinding some more of this. We got 81 from 0 in practice, which is why it doesn't show up as my new best here, because I'm a moron. But we did get 81%. We died at the last ship. Hopefully, we will not die there again, but it's possible. And yeah, I will be streaming that again sometime soon. Hopefully, that'll be like a Saturday stream. Hopefully, we can beat ABP on Saturday. That'd be really cool. But yeah, that is going to do it. A 3-hour stream. That's a decent chunk. Yeah, I thought I would do a little bit more in terms of block design today, but I'm not displeased with our progress because we are done with the wave. That is really exciting. We can move on to actual blocks next time, not these like freaking diamond slopes. I'm sick of it. Sick of looking at them. I don't want to look at 9 circles anymore. I'm tired of it. You ordered 5,000 McDonald's to my house? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I was just craving 5,000 McDonald's. That's crazy. Before we go, though, let's thank the kind folks who stopped by and donated to the Howdy Foundation here today. We got Duck Wakate Picks. I'm just going to call you Duck for everybody's sake. Thank you so much for the raid and membership, man. I appreciate that. Welcome and enjoy your perks and emojis and stuff like that. Lunatic Husky with the $5. I appreciate it. He actually downgraded his GD to 2.207 so he can keep playing with mods because he missed Start Pause Switcher. I totally get it, man. Yeah, when I was playing ABP, I got pretty close. I got pretty close to wanting to, like, downgrade my GD install as well. We got Strawberry with the $20 today, the biggest donation of today. I really appreciate that. That is entirely too much money. Good luck building your PC, though. Gaming PCs are awesome. Super cool investment for anyone who likes gaming and general internet happenings. I think that is a very, very valuable tool you can do a lot with. Good luck building. I hope it goes well. And Frog is Wild with the $1 as well. It was good to see you again. Hope to see you again soon. And that is going to be it for my stream. I think I'm going to be pretty busy for the rest of the day. Like, I can maybe text about something if you have a question or something get named, but I think maybe people are coming over later and I have lots of editing I need to catch up on. So, 500, I agree. 500 McDonald's. Anyway, I should be somewhat available to have DM conversations with anybody, but yeah, that is going to be it for the stream. You guys have been a great audience. Have a great rest of your day or night, and goodbye forever. What's up, Morsel Clash? Sorry you're throwing up at the, you're showing up at the end of the stream. That sucks, but I hope you feel better soon. Bye. Have a good